We made it to 1K here on the channel, and that's because of you. I'm totally loving the community we are building here. When I see the same people over and over and over again in the comments, makes my heart happy. So thank you so much for being here. And I know how busy you all are, and I really value your time. So truly, I thank you for being a part of this. Do you remember when we did this for the 500 subscriber mark? When we had our little party and a little giveaway? Were you there then watching during the premiere? If you were, let me know in the comments box down below right now. I want to see who of you were there at the 500 subscriber mark and who of you are here now watching. If you were there and you're here again watching the same celebration but for our 1K milestone, let me know in the comments box down below. Okay, so not only are we having a fun Q&A, most of you have seen that I put out a call on Instagram and Facebook for you guys to send me Ask Me Anything questions, and I got some great ones, so thank you so much for those of you who did that. So we're going to have the little Q&A. I'm not going to get to every single question. I don't want you guys having to sit here for hours on end. I'll try and keep this as short as I can. But we've also got a little bit of a party with a giveaway, and in fact not just one giveaway, but 2 giveaways. And we're giving away 2 different things this time in this particular little celebration. And I promised when we did the 500 subscriber one that I would look after those of you who live internationally. And so I do have something in the giveaway box here to suit all of you. You'll have to keep watching for those. Okay, I got some super fun questions. I have them all saved here in my trusty little phone. I don't want to keep you here all night, as I said earlier, so if I don't get to yours, I'm sorry. One day, we are going to do this celebration in real life, where we can sit down with a glass of champagne over dinner and chat and laugh and find out more about each other for as long as we want. One day, we're doing that. Just a little heads up. The answers to these questions may be needed to help your entries into the giveaway. So you need to make sure you're listening carefully as I go through my answers. Okay, let's have a look at question number 1. Do you like coriander? Do I like coriander? I actually don't have an opinion either way, to be honest, and I know this is one, you know, that can be polarizing to people. I think it's an important ingredient in many recipes and it definitely adds to it. I'm probably not someone who's going to sprinkle it on top of salads and those types of things, but I don't mind coriander, absolutely. Question number 2, what book are you reading at the moment? Okay, so I've got 2 that I'm going to share with you that I've got on the go. I have my physical book that I'm reading, which is Teach Your Own. This is a homeschool classic, written by John Holt. Oh my goodness, what year was it written in? 60s, 70s. It's old, but it has been updated and revised, and I believe this was only released this year. As you can see, I've already got my wad of post-it notes to remind me of little sections that I want to go back to. So I am enjoying this so far. I am only a quarter of the way through it. So that's John Holt, Teach Your Own. And I have an Audible book on the go as well, and that is Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Love him or hate him, everyone's going to be different with this one. I'm really enjoying this book. If you're someone who doesn't quite vibe with his cocky, slightly egotistical personality, then that may not work for you. I think he's a kind of cool guy and I'm getting a lot out of Green Lights. So that's my book on Audible at the moment. Question number 3, what do I do for me time? I'm actually in a stage, it's funny, you know, I've shared here probably a few times now how difficult finding me time, or even making the effort, I should say, to find me time was when my kids were young. I just didn't do it. I didn't focus on me at all. And now, when my youngest is getting ready to turn 14, I don't need to go out of my way to do anything special to find me time because I've got plenty of time that I can do whatever I want. You know, the kids are all self-sufficient. I'm going to the shops for a few hours, see you later. My hubby and I went out to lunch the other day, you know, with my sister and her partner. The kids didn't come with us, so we were gone most of the day. It's just that freedom that comes once you've got teenagers. So it's not this big effort of having to steal 5 minutes in a day to find me time. But that true me time, I've been exercising. I just do it here at home with some YouTube videos, really trying to focus on being a lot more organized, things that I've lacked, I guess, over the years. That's one of my big focuses this year, and I count all that as me time because it's improving me and working on me. Okay. Question number 4. Advice for managing the household while homeschooling. Probably the wrong person to ask. If I'm being truly honest. When my kids were young, I didn't. You know, that obviously has carried over as well. Look, I do my best to keep the main living areas of our house presentable so that at any given moment all I would need to do is maybe pick up a few items and run the broom over the floor and we would be fine to have guests come in. The other areas of the house where I can shut a door, not so much. What I have implemented though, which is really helping, is a bit of a daily non-negotiable. So I have the lists of things for me that are non-negotiable that need to happen every single day. Cleaning the kitchen, sweeping the floor, checking the rubbish, a load of washing, and making the beds if that's something that's important. I don't always get to that every day. So they're those non-negotiables. And then what I've done, and I know this is a popular household cleaning method, but I'm finding that it's actually really working for me, is I've divided my house into zones. And every month I'm focusing on a zone. And then each day, and I'm not going to lie, I do not get to this every day, but if I get to it 4 days a week, then I'm winning. But the goal is that each day I'll spend 15 minutes deep cleaning in that zone. So currently my zone is the kitchen and I'm in the middle of cleaning out my pantry. So obviously to deep clean, it's going to take me a year to get around to the house. So what's going to happen to the rest of the spaces? So if I have my daily maintenance things like sweeping the floor, a little bit of dusting here and there, and then every single day I choose a zone that's potentially a little bit cluttered, I set my timer for 5 minutes and I declutter as hard and as fast as I can. And that really, by the end of the week, if I work on one zone, that's actually made a real difference to that area. So again, as I said, I'm not the one to ask for advice on keeping house. That's not my skill. It's never been a big priority for me, but I know it's something that we have to maintain and manage. So I guess I would say is just to try all the things, try all different things that you can and see which ones stick with you. And this is not going to work for everyone, but lower expectations. Be okay that your house is lived in. Be okay that you are not all going off and leaving the house every day of the week and therefore it's not getting messy. A house or a home is here to live in, and this is what we do with our children. We live, eat, breathe, play, have messy play, make memories here in our homes every single day. And I've made peace with the fact now, like when I go to my mum's home that is immaculate and beautiful and clean, I have many years ahead of me to have a lovely, well-kept home. And right now, that is not in my priority. Anyway, that got a little bit long-winded, didn't it? Sorry. Okay, question 5. We have best homeschooling parenting advice you ever got. Hands down, I'm going to say follow the child and connection. Nothing else matters. If you are connected and always working on keeping that connection going and you're trusting in your child and following your child, even when they're not verbally saying the things they need or want or don't like or don't need. If you're connected enough, you will know most of the time. I guess this gets a little bit trickier when they're teens. Often they can keep things closer to their chest and we don't always know what's going on inside their heads, but being connected and genuinely following them. And when I say following them, being connected into their wants and their desires and what they're seeking out. A good example for me is I have one child that will sit and tell me until they're blue in the face that they don't like science. But when we do science as a group, they're the most connected, invested child generally in the room. Always asking questions, loving being there, loving the exploration. So what they say out loud and what actually happens in the environment don't match up. So I think for some reason there's this thought that I shouldn't like doing this. I'm going to say that I don't like doing it. But when we're connected, we can see those things in our kids. So yeah, following the child and stay connected above anything else. So let's do the first of our giveaways. Oh, I'm excited about this one. This one is exciting. Okay, so this is for any of you, no matter where you are in the world. You should be able to access this one fine as long as you've got an internet service basically and can connect to this website. So you have to be here watching right now because you're going to have to comment to enter to win before this premiere video ends. But I have a Teachers Pay Teachers $25 gift voucher for one of you to win. If you haven't seen Teachers Pay Teachers yet, you need to get over there and check it out. It's a staple place for me to visit whenever I'm looking for units of work. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of educational products that you can purchase digitally, all created by teachers around the globe. So I have a $25 Teachers Pay Teachers gift voucher. Now, for your chance to win, you must comment below and you're going to have to answer a question. I will be turning comments off on this video about 10 minutes after the premiere finishes. So you'll have till the end of this video and an extra 10 or so minutes to get your entry in. So don't walk away. Make sure that you comment below with that entry. And the question that you need to answer is, do I like coriander? Jump on down to the comments below and tell me, do I like coriander? The winner will be chosen from the comments and I will jump in once this premiere has finished and reply to your comments to let you know that you've won, and we will need to work out how to get in touch with each other. So jump on down and comment now, do I like coriander? So we might jump in and do another handful of questions before we get to the second part of the giveaway. So make sure you stick around for that. Okay, so we are up to question number 6. We're up to question number 6, aren't we? Do you use a journal or diary to record each child's learning or use some other form of record keeping? Right, so over the years, I've tried everything. Currently this year, I'm using the Simply Homeschool Planner, and that's working really well. I have a love-hate relationship with record keeping because I don't see the point in a lot of it. We use a maths book. We know today we've done lesson 3.2. Tomorrow we're going to do lesson 3.3. Why do I need to write that down? You know, I guess I'm lucky that I'm in an area that I don't have to be doing that. I know that I can look back at the end of each term and collate the lessons that we've completed in history and geography and those types of things. I often scratch my head and go, why am I spending time writing this out? This year, as I said, I'm using the Simply Homeschool Planner and I just keep it open on the desk with us, and I am doing that, right? Documentary watching, the books we're reading, the lessons that we're actually covering. What I need to do more of is the reflective moments in time. It's not necessarily that we did this, we did this, we did this. It's how did we all go when we did this? How engaged were the children? What did they need? What did they learn? What did they love about it? What do we need to cover more of? And what do I need to bring to the party in the future? So to answer your question, yes, I'm using the Simply Homeschool Planner this year. Okay, Question number 7. Do you follow a schedule each day, as in structure your daily routine the same each day? Yes, basically, yes. We do not use a timetable. They freak me out like you wouldn't believe. There's no need for timetables in the homeschool world. I'm just going to say that out loud. But we definitely have a routine or a schedule. Same thing. Are they routine schedule? There's no times whatsoever. But we do. We do the same thing when we get up. We gather out in the lounge chair and we watch documentary. Then we move into some quiet reading. Then we move to the table and do some independent learning. So our schedule and routine is the same every day. And in fact, I have a whole video on that and I will link that in the description box below. So if you'd like to see more about how we make that work, head on down at the end of this and you can have a watch of that one as well. Okay, question 8. What's one of your funniest lesson gone wrong memories? I have to think about that one. I don't have anything that comes to mind, actually, to be honest. And I know there's going to be heaps. Over 15 years, you can't possibly have everything go right. The thing that stands out to me is with co-ops and especially science. We've had, I just remembered another one, so I'll do this one first. We had a moment with one of our science lessons, I think it was last year, and there was literally 7 of us homeschool mums all standing around talking about the science and the different experiments that are in the book and working together as to how we're going to do them. And there was this experiment where we're all just shaking our head. We don't understand this. How are we making this work? And it was just hilarious because here we had the science guide written out for us and yet none of us could interpret it correctly to get it to work properly. So is that our fault or is that a fault in the guide? You know, anyone's guess at that one. But I'm probably going to say that that probably should have been written in a more clearer fashion. If a whole group of us couldn't figure it out and it's written for homeschoolers, then that probably says a lot. So that was pretty funny. The other one we had not that long ago really was with history, and we were doing you know, the NASCAR lines, like a craft activity where the kids were going to create their own NASCAR line paintings. So we gathered all the supplies, the dirt, and you have to mix in the reddy brown paint to get that right color, and cut cardboard and mix craft glue in, and we used little skewers so they had to spread the gooey dirt onto their cardboard. It had to be the right consistency because they need to be able to scratch in it to get these perfect NASCAR images onto it so it didn't flow. It stayed all nice and neat and even. So we did all of that for the group. You know, we had 12 or 15 kids. One child completed, I think it was only one, it may have been 2, but it was next to none of them, completed the activity as was planned. Everyone else just did their own crazy art designs however they chose to do them, and okay. I mean, it was funny at the time, but it was completely okay. Completely and utterly okay. Next one. My favourite YouTube channels. This is a hard one because I don't really have favourites. Right now, I'm just watching my battery. It looks like it's going to go flat on me. Right now, I'm really into Travel Australia channels, and I guess my favourite one would be Big Oz Explorers. Really enjoying watching their journey of traveling in Australia. So that would be my current favourite YouTube channel. Okay, so I have here, what is the best advice you've been given with regards to homeschooling? I answered that before, so I'm just going to reiterate that. It's definitely follow the child. I mean, obviously we all need to do what's comfortable for us. So when I say follow the child, you know that, we're not completely free and loose and the kids just run wild and do whatever they want. But it is just being connected in and looking at what it is that is sparking something in the kids, and me working on how I can bring that into the home, or if there's something that I really want to be doing with the kids but they're not truly enjoying it, then I need to seek out a way if I find that it's important to me. If I choose I don't want to drop this, I'm happy to not drop it. I want to keep doing it, but I need to find a way to bring it into our home where the kids are going to be happy enough to do what I'm asking them to do. So yeah, it's that. It's really just it's not us against them. It's not like it is at school where you've got the teacher and you just need to do what you're told and sit down and learn your lessons. It's such a different ball game when we're here at home. So it really is just connecting in with our kids. Giveaway number 2. Again, you must enter with a comment below, and your comment must be entered within roughly 10 minutes of this video ending. So don't dilly-dally on this one. The other thing is, this particular giveaway is only going to be for my Australian watchers because it is physical items that I will need to mail to you. And what you will receive in this is a copy of the classic Tom Sawyer novel, Collage and Keep book. This is a book to make your own. Fill the pages with your thoughts, dreams, memories and ambitions. Explore your world and make your mark by reflecting on your experiences. Cut and paste, create and play, collage and keep. You will also receive a copy of The Brave Learner. Yay! Always one of our favourite books in the homeschool world. So a copy of The Brave Learner. And the winner will also receive their very own Simply Homeschool planner. So that's the planner that I'm using today. There is a flip through of this planner link, and I will link it in the description box. I also have done a review on Brave Learner. If you're interested in watching that, I will link that below as well. So that is what one of you will receive as for this giveaway. All 4 of these items will be sent to one of you. Okay, so what do we need to do? So for this one, I need you to comment below, what book am I currently listening to on Audible? So what book am I currently listening to on Audible? Comment that down below. So the same thing, 10 or so minutes after this premiere has finished, I will close off comments, choose the winners, and I will respond back to your comment, because we will need to organise to connect with each other so that I can get this pack out to you. Oh, it's exciting. So be sure to come back either later on this evening or at least tomorrow to check for the winners, and I'll put a little update in the description box under the video as well so that you can see who has won both the TPT $25 gift voucher and then the Australian viewers only book pack. So as always, thank you so much for being here. I love doing these Q&A ones. They're lots of fun. And until next time, bye for now.